that Hagen to Balatini, the also with Tokala, the young Holo, I think Rajita to Holo de Jore, the Nisi Tokala Hongatala, Hampton was any, was there true, the Gom Tokori, the United one marble coming, didn't know how you could go chop up on just one of you. You could go chop up on the this sort of mother Jesus because the Kansa really to what the thought the chop up those songs in the Austria or with the Hampton tops of the Hongatala, Koku Gom, the Hampton, Guardian and Cor. Corgetty, Nibaga Capitally, Hampton Gorgetty, Mag long day party. Cochran go long day, but some larger one shot a party. Mark one register.
So next we come to the transmission of the mantra, the mantra empowerment. And so here visualize that, so you visualize the Vajra Master as Cakrasamvara, and also self and other, all are Cakrasamvara. And so now you visualize that from the Vajra Master's heart, a garland of the mantra emerges, and then it enters your speech, and then it comes down to the hung syllable at your heart, where the mantra then begins to circle around the hung syllable, and then you visualize that from this syllable and the mantra garlands, then light rays radiate. And so now when there's many receiving empowerment together, then here we can also visualize that from the sky, from the space, rain shower of mantra syllables falls down. And at the time when you actually repeat the mantra next, then think that each one of you has received this mantra garland. So with the repetition, think that this mantra garland then enters you and then comes to the hung syllable at your heart, where it begins to circle. And so this visualization that actually corresponds to the approach stage that we have mentioned, where we visualize the mantra garland, and then in a close approach, the mantra garland circulating. So that is how you visualize during the mantra transmission. And so during the form empowerment, we have received the transmission of the generation stage, the visualization. And next is the speech empowerment or the mantra empowerment, where we receive the transmission of the mantra.
Daki Song La Chi Da La Nievar Zedo So Om Chiri Beza He He Rokan Hong Pei Drakini Dola Savara Soha Om Shri Ha Ha Hong Pei Om Beza Bero Zanaye Hong Pei Om Shri Ha Ha Hong Pei Om Shri Ha Ha Hong Pei Om Shri Ha Ha Hong Pei Thế là quán của chú cho sân sinh kế chỉ cho có được chỗ truyền thông bẩm báo quán thông mong và lý do số sao vậy xem cho chúng mà ngã sao vậy giang sinh xem mà đam 도망 많이 봐 루타마르도 버트만 그거는 봐 제발이 줘 람께는 거 봐라 왕 저거 거도 정도도 줘 가봐게서 소지.
Having thus received empowerment, you enter and behold the outer mandala of characteristics, and you have received the vase empowerment. In general, the defilements of mainly the three non-virtuous deeds accumulated with the body are purified and prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of perceiving the body as ordinary are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the Nirmanakaya is planted into your mind. As the path, you are empowered to cultivate the generation stage. As the result, you are endowed with the fortune to actualize the Vajra body.
Rokun namda shingla chuma yo chuji shabje Garchen Dage Lami Savato Deser Sangwi Wangkene Gombu Tukji Zongwanzu Gombu Tukji Gombu Jisa Zongwanzu.
In English, with your kindness, grant me the unsurpassed power, and thus, protector, care for me by offering me the secret empowerment.
Da Copade Simrazon Megata Copade Gon Denisoso Perina Denisoso Dorji Pamagon and the young gon young in a yabgon worry Donati Zahan with Deva Tola Tambo Chapaki goes on with you Chapak Devati Shago Chapa Deva Genesis Deva the Cardo Tena Deva Solati Mulessi, Simcoe, she told her, not don't call it there, oh, not to check down baby. She negative the artist, the children bear big, the starting on the Gavacher big, when they go at Katang Shibaraki, Churukan Yami, the little Yami, Tamari, the little temperature down the kitties in the Tambo, Chapa de the series, Shargori. They are the Shamata, the Tikan with the Chapa de Washington, Shivasa, what they zone, Pachabu on the Bashara, the Uncle got the Tikani, Shivasa, what they did, the Arting with Sina, Yavini Kakameva Hako, your Septuba Chardo, your dear single lab, that doesn't happen, there is some slap. Nibeton, Sajachi, don't worry. Salam Majina Car, Koran Italy. They are Chimbodi, James in Italy, printing that song, three printing Italy, shed down the Chado, Daddy, Last of Atli, Korakasa, Shadow, your Nimeo Hakos on Italy, Daddy, the Chado, the shed down Last of what you Congo Mary, Donna, printing Nido, Sabi Lord Taylor. 양당양들이 샘납도 당정가고 가대 니 매배에 핀지 니 매와 차도 토와 직장 매바 깝들이 샘내 핀지 적적스는 마샤와지 저 세군대로 때나 니 나도 가네 니스 매비 시지 니스 매의 이시지 니 오늘들은 고와 차도 요리양 핀지 저 다도 정말 디 내가 아들이 남인진 하고 거를 들이들 때문에 잠들더니 대kon데 들이감이 되어서 관계 들이랑 짝한 推理的心理他。在他们推理的在那里要做吧做地点吧这下，他说地点吧这家啥，这地方人家把你做，平时这里我觉得前面没吧，我们家过来的，这是咱东方那里是点错50光，点错50光在这里账号了一下光，这里让也没有把它光了这地方的光不要的。
So then you have this image of the deity. So look at that image and then have that image appear in your mind. Hold that image in your mind and meditate. And if you are male, then visualize that you have a consort. Vajrayogini is your consort. And if you are female, then you think you have a male consort. So meditate in that way. And then through such meditation, and visualization, bliss arises. And first, the bliss that arises comes from desire. So first, the desirous bliss arises, and that has to arise first. But then once it has arisen, then you should look into it. Where is that bliss, that feeling of bliss? That feeling of bliss is actually within your own mind. It is the natural state of your own mind. It is the state of mind that is free of all thoughts. And it begins with the blissful experience of shamatha, of calm abiding. And as you continue to practice, it becomes increasingly clear, more and more clear. And gradually, you will then also recognize the 4 levels of joy. Also, the other day, we have already mentioned the 6 dharmas of Naropa. All of that is related to this, the practice of Tummo. And so now it is more for the sake of auspiciousness that we bring all this to mind. So first, again, the bliss arising from desire first must arise. That must appear in your mind. And then instantly recognize that feeling of bliss with clear awareness. And do not become controlled by the bliss. Do not follow it. And then when the bliss arises, then meditate, visualize the mantra Garchen, this circulating between the yapa and the yum. And so when clear awareness recognizes bliss, then this duality of self and other, or yap and yum as being separate, all disappears. You recognize that there is just one mind. And that is really the actual blessing. We have said there's different levels of blessing. That's really the ultimate blessing. It is the non-dual state of Mahamudra that you recognize. That's the real blessing here. And when you do not recognize that, so when you have not received that blessing then through recognizing, then what happens is that the bliss that has arisen out of attachment, out of desire, then becomes samsaric, ordinary. And then you will begin to cling to the other person. And then you will try to possess each other, hold on to each other. And that attachment, then gradually, it leads to anger and jealousy and possessiveness and so forth. So self-grasping perpetuates that way. And samsaric activities increase. So if you understand non-duality, then actually there is no basis for self-grasping or jealousy or anger to arise. There is no basis for these afflictions to arise. So in brief, when that thought arises, thinking that there is self and other, there is me and this other person, then you should look at this mind again and again. Look at that mind, and when the thought dissolves, look at the thought-free mind. And actually then you will see that there is no duality within the mind. And then also that feeling will disappear. And so in that moment then, there's no more perception in the mind of self and other, one or the other, and you and your counterpart and so on. So then you just look directly at the nature of that mind where there are no thoughts, and you will see non-dual primordial wisdom. When there is duality, a perception of duality, that is samsara. Because when there is duality, then naturally we will grasp at the other, and there will be a clinging to one another. So now we, for the sake of auspiciousness now, we will bring to mind what then should actually actually happen in our practice as we progress along the path. Here we just visualize that now the counterpart, you visualize your consort, and then the union generates bliss that arises first from desire. And then there is this drop, the bindu, that then moves up and down in your channels. And then you recognize that, so when this bliss arises and you look at it, you recognize that it is actually this subtle essence within yourself. That is what really creates that feeling of bliss, and not the other person. And so when you recognize that, then just allow the mind to rest within that state of bliss that is also empty. So without grasping at any reality that this other person really exists or possesses any characteristics. So just rest within that state of meditation then. So again, you visualize yourself as Cakrasamvara, and you visualize the channels and the 4 chakras, and then you think you have that consort, and then you generate this feeling of bliss, and then you meditate within that state.
di ba locally di ba de di le ta mo jing de gom khapo do de la yo do de ko de jog de gom chog yo re tri ka to di un wan ko di ni di ya le yom le yap de yom re de yom ta che do ji de ko de jong mu so ro to ko le song san ya ta che do ji pa mu so le song san de de mo kwa ko ko de ta wan ka mi de 야진데 내 콜로디 좋은 거 내 연들이 돌지 나는 거 그리고 무슨랑나 송으로 같이 송 대고 거요 거서.
So all of you here in this room, you have the image, so then have a look at that image. But then the people who are following us from elsewhere, they might not have that image. So Rinpoche will reach the visualization, so they also know how to visualize. And so here this image is shown to you, the image of the consort. And now how you should, first of all, for some people it is difficult to visualize the deity, Cakrasamvara, standing in a standing posture. And so in general then people ask if it is also okay to visualize him sitting down. So now in this case you can also visualize sitting down so that the visualization comes to you easier since you're sitting. So then during the empowerment, when you receive the empowerment, now this empowerment is the conference of the consort, like on this image that Rinpoche just displayed. And so here, if you are female, then think you, now you are receiving a male consort. You're receiving Cakrasamvara, which is displayed in the form of a vajra. And if you're male, if you're a yap, then you think that you have received the consort that is actually Vajrayogini. So think that the consort that you receive actually has the essence of either Cakrasamvara or Vajrayogini. So visualize in this way.
콜로데 조다 야타지 콜로데 조다 도지 파모닝스 시발라 콜 패송 상본데들이 저들이 소소들이 라고 조포 조모요나 조포 진진 콜로데 졸고 조포 진진 도지 파모고 때 탐색을 때문에 탐마바이면 하지 문제네 때 탐색 송고요래 들이 조포 조모 매바이나 들이 잡아이나 들이 라고 뭐 바거들이 slag 조치네 들이 뭐 바고 고요래 치보를 락바드더니 라게 침바이나 탐색을 들이대고는 무슨더니 slag 치가래들이 편집 탐색성으로 들이 탐색 총홀로 전도고요 해야지.
So you have received the deity. So at that time, now you think that all the males are Cakrasamvara and the females are Vajrayogini, and you have received your consort. So if you're male, you think Vajrayogini has really come to me, or if you're female, you think Cakrasamvara has really come to me now, and the wisdom being has really come to you. And then actually now in your day-to-day life, in your normal practice, if you have a partner, then it is very important that you see each other in a pure way. So if you're male, then you should see your partner as Vajrayogini, and if you're female, you should see your partner as Cakrasamvara. And that is actually part of the samayam that we receive. We should not see each other as ordinary. This is how it is taught in the samaya that we receive. And then if you do not have a partner, for example, if you're ordained, a monk or so, then you should visualize and think that the deity comes as your companion. So there is quite a difference here. But especially now, if you are a lay person, then that is really a samaya. And if you hold this samaya, then also the blessings of the practice will be so much greater. Also, if you hold this samaya, then the union also really becomes a feast offering.
Cũng đó cũng sẽ chỉ kinh doanh ba, chỉ là chúng tôi mà thằng gì, tôi觉得这边的没有人做吧，下有个没就是当也，讲为整体嘛呢吧，然后到头了，那完是吧，那多几斤吧，大家说的大讲工程，那大半场啊，那干贵娘当地不帮的，有多几盘木慢木炒的头盘子嘛，家炸着了，现在大家啊，当初他们也中华介绍用讲用讲也要了也要让这吧，你搞一些没办法为了，要吧，yapı zaman mekbale honglu doji hongbo doji kapo tse kapo no omji simba paga pese bro kapo yapı zaman mekbale ale pe mama bon dama je ba se do tibe dewa ba ta se ba po kapo simba yo nyobar cho bo sang cho sim jo won ne ba le ba la gawa tene nyoka ba choga tene tebe ba che ba je gawa tene doji no te so be liji che be dewa che mo 냠저 노하고 예 오마서 다다 가다 안으로 배다 소바와 마 나마고
Di sangue paptugur, sama paptugur. So, 1 second. Oh, here it is, yeah.
초지 샵지 가든지 Dage, Lami, Sawa Tog, Devser, Sangwe, Wangge Ne, Gongbu, Jisa, Zongwanzo. 니가 니자사 토마 라탐제들이 로봉 좀 조야면 싸와라 탐디 투복할라들이 투복들들이 좀 조야면 탐송사 지가로 들다 통 들다 통 차지 들이 다 소소 다 다리 되와지 가와지데 소소가 에 뭐 광고를 해 당보지 들다 살아 우리도 와 토마데 그렇잖아 사지 탐지 자와를 가야 이건 나발 배 then holiday to tem holiday to yaven destel dia chimbi ramji di shara destel tem di de tong tong di jin ran ga kam tule de da yi shi de tong dang san cho chen wo la pe na pin zu ni ji me ba de ni chok de ba ra de ni ji me ba ni ji yo na de tamal ge de ba re ni ji me ba ga ti ji chok de ba de 내가 어디 동이 선배가 나발 줘야 돼. 당부 들던 상태 남자 감스나.
딜로고라 담보. 담보 딜로라. 로그라. So here we are in the secret empowerment, and here you visualize in the text first. It says, visualize the guru in the form of the father, the co-emergent Cakrasamvara, and the mother consort. Visualize the blessing of the secret space according to the sadhana. Through their union, light radiates from the seed syllable at my heart and summons the Tathagatas in union with their consorts. So now is the Guru's heart, yeah? They enter into his mouth, melt through great passion, pass through the Vajra path, and enter the secret space. Then they melt with the bodhicitta drops melt and become the melted essence of all the Buddhas. So Rinpoche said to summarize it, so you visualize you visualize the Vajra Master as Cakrasamvara with consort, and think that all those those deities who have come then dissolve into Cakrasamvara, which is the Vajra Master. And then through the union of the Vajra Master and the consort, the merging of their drops produces a nectar, which then flows into the kapala, the skull cup nectar, and there it merges with the liquid in the skull cup. And then later you then receive this nectar, and when you taste the nectar, then think that it generates an experience of great bliss. And so then gradually think that the 4 levels of joy gradually then arise. So this empowerment is a consecration of our channels and elements, blessed. So we receive those blessings through the nectar. And so again, to summarize, all the Buddhas who have come here in the form of the 5 Buddha families with consort, they dissolve into Cakrasamvara, which is the Vajra Master with consort. And then through their union, a nectar of great bliss is produced, and that dissolves into the nectar in our skull cup. And then you receive that, and you drink that nectar. And then think that you experience an experience of great bliss, which is actually the quality of your own subtle essence, the bindu drop. And so think that this nectar has the essence of the ultimate bodhicitta, and it produces supreme bliss. And supreme bliss is the bliss that arises when all dualistic grasping to one another has collapsed. When there is a dualistic perception, then the bliss is still ordinary bliss. So supreme bliss is when there is no more duality. So once you have tasted the nectar, then think that you are then resting evenly in a state of non-duality, of supreme bliss, of empty bliss. So this is the empowerment where our channels and elements are being consecrated by the nectar.
대전도 냠이 제대로 저거 차로들이 내도 주민 보야요래. 대전 냠이 제법까지 들이로 청청도 까발라라 쪽을 들이대 좀 딱발 냠이 제사라 대 주랑 그 냠이 제야 내도 주민 보야요래. 또 이제 내 보고요래.
So then for your ongoing practice, then to instead of the you will receive some blessing pills that will then represent that nectar in your practice. And so for your Cakrasamvara practice, you can take a pill of those nectar pills and place it into your nectar kapala for the Cakrasamvara practice. And then you can replenish it with each and every day during the retreat. So that is the nectar.
도제 창도제 제대로 상제 세왕고 사족선도 정모 내가 저 왕고제 다들 통문에 봐도 뜻이 손들이 감틀레들이 세미베디가 좀 지어거든 아우 마하석한데 내가 좀 못가데 제 손을 못 봤고 그래지 아우 마하석한
So now here you should visualize that you are actually drinking this nectar and that an experience of immeasurable bliss arises. And so at the time when Rinpoche says Oma Mahasukam, Omho Mahasukam, that means great bliss. So at that time think that this immeasurable bliss arises within you.
대다 왕고르베 조조다와 바가 조건도 조만 동여상 왕 토보 토몽 아그레 위앙하르사 마장신 스마동 토몽 많이 봐 레롱거 토만 주 롱주도 먹고는데 바지바지 저 람다 시절라버 바고발 왕 소도 주도 바카디데서
Having thus received empowerment, you enter and behold the mandala of the secret womb. You have received the secret empowerment. In general, the defilements of mainly the 4 non-virtuous deeds accumulated with the speech are purified and prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilement of the karmic winds are purified. The extraordinary power of the Sambhogakaya is planted into your mind. As the path, you are empowered to cultivate the practice of blessing yourself. As the result, you are endowed with the fortune to actualize Vajra speech.
셰와 쳔보제 노제 남졸 찌제바 메시 사자 르바보 노제 졸레 양다성 제달 초네 다니체 ngabda dalang 대단도 코와 남지 초낭서 생화 짬미 달라죠
English. Bhagavan, great peaceful one, the single intent of Vajra Yoga, who accomplished the indestructible mudra, you have perfectly arisen from the Vajra union. I beseech you, a great being, powerful Lord, please impart it also unto me. Please protect me, a helpless being, from drowning in the swamps of samsara.
그 소소금 로분지만 신디지 라용에서 들으면 라에스에스 다리 버탐지를 파모 대는 거요. 보모 탐지를 걸어든 도 대는 거요. 다 대리도.
So now during the this wisdom, knowledge, empowerment, the Vajra master offers the disciple a consort, and so you should think that if you're male, that the Vajra master offers you Vajra Yogini, and if you're female, then you are offered Cakrasamvara. So I think that now you have received the consort.
정말요. 주제는 이들 사진은 영아 콜로는 봐줘야 대화다만 용하지. 너지 저런 그 선배 너무 너도 줘 말았다. 강제지 저희 시대는 오메 오면서 왔다 나가다 하늘아 가나마다 소화하고 일단이 노지 주면을 따고서 뭐가 광고를 다야면 이거 초에 대화지 뭐가 광고를 했어.
So now you visualize that you're like holding a consort with like crossed hands, holding Vajra and bell, and that through this union with the consort you experience great bliss.
엄마 사와다 나가 안 나가는 배다 소바와 아마고 시 놈족 소바다 소바 조베 산센 멘산네 바바바 나가와 제가 조가 때에 버지 제발 가와 너무 신지지 당 때에 로마나라서 내가 상호 조제때 위정마 영영 나고데 칼리쇼 베르선절라정 라미제 자와요 진 정관나 로마 영영을 르라 쪽에 로제도 저바고 그래서라 내가 집에 시키고 가도 sob죠 뒤섬 사제서 되더니 라라탄 송사 내 사제 담지는 주발하지 요거요 어디로요 저기
So first in the sadhana it says that so then you unite, and as you unite, moving back and forth, the bodhicitta drops flow from the point between the eyebrows to the throat. This is joy. When it reaches the heart, it is supreme joy. At the navel, it is extraordinary joy. At the jewel, it is core emergent joy. From the heart of the disciples, visualized as the deity, light radiates and summons the Tathagatas, fathers and mothers. They enter his mouth and bless his body, the disciples, which is you. Also the Guru invites the father and mother Buddhas, who then enter the father-mother deity body of the disciple and become inseparable from him. At this time, hold the drops for as long as you can, and when you cannot retain it any longer, let it flow out slowly, and once it is discharged as a liquid, take it with your tongue and drink the bodhicitta drops, which is the samaya by nature, within a state of suchness. So Rinpoche explained in brief, now through the union, when you experience this awareness, this non-dual awareness of great bliss, in that moment then think that all the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times all dissolve into you. And so you've become then the nature of all the Buddhas.
초와지고 가면은 초와지보지를 담아 말 냠도지 초와요는 들이다 감정도 고음네 되니 감정 말 앞에 걸라더니 가장 감정 샤네 통야병면은 이거 초가 나기 감정들이 고하고 하고 대고도 내가 말밥 그냥 냠부터 냠도지 태송지는 양 하고 어디 거기들이 속보랑 이거들이 틀에 많이 봐야 잠도거리 다지 많고리 동다들이 이제 냠이 집에 가면들이 공포세요래 이제 보는 거지 송고요래 이제 dem 초가 하고라 제발세래
And so now when you are engaging in the practice of when the mantra Galandam circulates, and through the visualization, a strong feeling of bliss arises. So then, and you feel that you are about to lose your drops. That is when you then would turn around the direction of the mantra Galand circulating. So it is explained in the Cakrasamvara sadhana. First, there is this downward movement of the mantra Galand that is to generate the bliss. So in the Cakrasamvara practice specifically, the first visualization is the mantra Galand moving downward and into the concert and then back and then again down. And that naturally, this downward movement makes the drops descend, so it generates bliss. But then when you come to a point where you feel you might lose your drops, then you can turn it around so it moves upward. So then the mantra Galand goes the other way. And then actually just naturally, as the drop is moving upward, you are not going to lose the drop. So then it moves upward and pervades. And so also Drupal Rinpoche explains that to you in more detail. But that is basically the difference in the visualization of the mantra Galand, the rotation here, the circling mantra Galand between Yab Yum, specifically in the Cakrasamvara practice. Then having thus received empowerment, you enter and behold the mandala of conventional bodhicitta. You have received the wisdom, knowledge, empowerment. In general, the defilements of mainly the three non-virtuous deeds accumulated with the mind are purified and prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of the coarse conceptions of grasping at a subject-object duality are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the Dharmakaya is planted into your mind. As the path, you are empowered to meditate on the mandala circle. As the result, you are endowed with the fortune to actualize the Vajra mind.
Dani Checho Garchen Zoe Wangor Namsam Top Tering Rinpoche GBI Garchen Chini Chapter So.
In English, with your kindness, I have obtained the three empowerments of the principal deity, and thus protector, care for me by offering me the precious fourth empowerment.
대다 시라비시제 시라비시세니 요걸 접어 사족심 곰베 랍든 페리지바 저바미바니도 저바 대 코나니 쾌탐지 삼지마 잡아 이제 람지지 나던던데 사자 김부다니 도진 창지부 람지지니 왕지베시yana 대양 왕서법가서 어때버신지 시라비시제니 동무질 신지진 대외 요다베yana 대다와 산축제 셈때는 곰바데 곰바르세베 공도랍던 페리베 이발에 바탕제 세베 미바니도 저 대권하니 최참제 삼제뭐 잡아라지 오살 취조 과당 이나 된다디베 라고 사자 친구 모로 저도 못 거에 다니 예미버 성적 노진 장기보람지 강연 받는 왕지번 어워유베 똑바로 수시서
Bodhicitta is the cause of wisdom and knowledge. Therefore, if you habituate to it, wisdom will increase extensively. The unfathomable nature of all phenomena is the fundamental reality as it is, free from all obscurations. Its essence is Mahamudra, endowed with 7 attributes of Vajradhara. It is the primordial wisdom of the 4th empowerment. The symbolic co-emergent wisdom knowledge introduced by the 3rd empowerment is the cause of the result, which is actual co-emergence. Through cultivating bodhicitta and habituating it, wisdom increases higher and higher. The essence of the 4th empowerment is the union of the clear light Dharmakaya, the basic space of suchness that is free from the defilements of all karma and obscurations, the unfathomable nature of all phenomena. So the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya, which represents the essence of the 7-fold Mahamudra.
진짜 동자다 망보송의 용 대상시 용지 주요래 동문에 다다 소지 소복감이 니지베가스 다지 니베가스 다 간사 편심이 세는 님도 선미 자 대고는 여기서 하는 신은 님도 대하고 그래 그래서 제는 진신 님들이 sem랑지 나과도 차도 요래 나과도 차서는 고대 지tab지 시공을 설치하지요 가가 요말에 빼놓고 아랑그 생분들은 뭐 총을 직접 요말에 대회들이 나와 샘스 타지 샘리도 뭘 타지들 등이 송진 뒤져 매와 나와 샤되냐 그 무엇은 심하게 신영상 정사 낙고자기 얘기요 말이 들이대는 나동지 짝동지 들이 송동지들이 샘디 영화 삼지를 좋아하고 동지 송고요래지
So within now this last section, there's a lot of words, but basically those words express the qualities of that empowerment. And so now from our perspective now, what that actually means is that when you realize that yourself, the 4th empowerment, then you become free of dualistic grasping. There is no more a concept of there being a self and other and duality. So there is no more seeing a duality, because you know that within the mind there is no duality. So that is the result here, the fruition, when you realize that within the mind there is no duality and there is no characteristic whatsoever. So the mind is just like space. And all phenomena of samsara and nirvana, they are reflected within that mind. So they appear to that mind. And that appearance, however, is not separate from the mind. So actually everything is the appearance of one's own mind. There is nothing that is not encompassed by your own mind. So we realize in stages. First, we realize that appearances are one's own mind, and then that mind itself is emptiness. So appearances are there, but we cannot grasp them actually. But they still appear. But we will not find anything to hold on to, anything to cling to at all. And so that is the empty nature of appearance, or the empty nature of sound. So that is what you realize here. And when you realize this, then you will become liberated from all bondage.
이 시인들의 치유 자체 도전한 걸 지나도 들었더니지만 조랑연의 때에 파송 아니 샘들라 저랑 때 봐라고 시바디 파요 말이지 내 샘좀 홍매 봐 용산 좀 홍매 봐였어 동대에 진짜 시다지도 왕거는 막고 쇼요를 들은 다시 수치라요 말이야 너는 샘든 좀 홍거 말이야 소때 하고랑 세도 가면서 홍매도 우산들이 샘 이제 왜 말이야
So here it says in the text, primordial wisdom is greatly subtle. It is like a Vajra or the center of the sky. It is immaculate perfection. It is peace. You are your own father. So you are your own father. It means that your mind has no source. So there's no other source like a father. So it is without origin. And the rest of those lines we are often introduced to during other empowerment, so we don't have so much time today. But in brief, the point is that the mind arises from nowhere, and there is no source where it arises from. Then having thus received empowerment, you enter and behold the mandala of ultimate bodhicitta. You have received the fourth empowerment, the precious word empowerment. In general, the subtle defilements of the three doors and their habitual imprints are purified and prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of primordial wisdom, the subtle conceptual thoughts of a subject-object duality are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the great bliss Svabhavika Kaya is planted into your mind. As the path, you are empowered to practice the Mahamudra Yoga of Union. As the result, you have the fortune to accomplish the primordial wisdom Vajra, that is the sameness of the three Vajras.
Then number Sajiva, you saw just some day, Chile, didn't want to the Shua to be shut in Yavati. This is something on a Samti, then you people taught and don't the count Samti on a Samti, this up security. Samti, this is as soon as I was something Charlie or this something the mania was zone, obviously. That's like the Jase Lani Yari or this is just the Sovcheza Kasava, the Latham Daviji, the Tamsa Kelana, the did the Mambo show your this is one show coming one comments that I pay with the photo require telling me so you have pep talk your that's the sugar there or one drop songs.
And then in the end, we come to the Samaya, and there is really only one essential Samaya. So we gather it all really into one essential thing that we need to practice. And that is love. And it is especially now towards there's different kinds of relations that we have. There's those that we have like no specific relation to. Then there's those who are Dharma friends. That is actually all different Buddhist traditions in the world are our Dharma friends. And then there is those with whom we have received an empowerment together, and they are very close Dharma friends. So there's different kinds of relations. There's ordinary relations, and there is with some we have no specific one. With some we have a closer one than others. But in any case, it really makes no difference because we need to have love for all. You need to have love for everyone in the world, and that is the Samaya. That's the root Samaya. And so if you lose your love, you're also losing your Samaya. That is the essence. So do hold that Samaya and do not allow yourself to lose that Samaya of love. So you all know about it. You all have received the 37 Bodhisattva practices in your hands. And that is really the main thing to practice. So now we will repeat the Samaya, where we are accepting that Samaya. And actually, regarding the Samayam, we are always explaining that really extensively, so there's no need to mention so much about it now. So now you can come up in lines to receive the empowerment. Maybe come up like this and then go in a circle, and then after you have received the empowerment, then you are free to leave. So that is the completion of the empowerment.
이 마치기 들은 더퍼야 요래 들이 니 라파 코고나 들이 라고 대파지는 코초고 요래 내가 실제 돈을 들이 제물로 수놈 타고 요래 올해 전 사망인데 나보야 보자 네 세들 세는 파치미 로마 가면 코리안이야 그 나나 딱 돌려래 서로 통도지 별은 들었더니 다다 집하고 비용시나 머리라더니 총총 되게나더니 알고 못 찾을 자리 비용 고소로 소소람들 탔고요. 디소남들 야 집하고랑은 아니리 집을 주지 집마용고요. 이제 하도 이제 총총 가르쳐 모이 이제 주로 남들 다 보자 이나야 남 대봐야 봐서 되고
So, and then also Rinpoche said I would like to offer you this wristband, this bracelet today, and that is actually really the greatest gift, and because that's really the greatest merit. So actually, if you have already an extra one, you can take one more, or you can take two, and if you have a friend that has faith in that, then you can also pass that on to your faithful friend. And actually, if you wear that, it is really a great merit. You are constantly accumulating merit by just wearing that. So hold on to it really good. And also, the benefits of wearing that is, you purify negative karma, but also it expands a long life, your lifespan, and also it is a protection, so you will not encounter obstacles. Also on that bracelet, there is the white Tara mantra. On the outside also, you have the liberation by seeing mantra. On the inside, you have the liberation by touching a mantra. And it is really a great merit if you wear this. So it is, when you always wear this small wristband, it is a great merit, and it is like making like tens and thousands of dollars and so on. It's a great merit. Also passing it on to others. When you pass it on to others, those who are faithful and who would like to have one, then that's actually a really simple, small way to accumulate a great deal of merit. So that is one gift I would like to offer to you, my Dharma friends. So Diane will read for us the prayer. May Bodhicitta arise, the Bodhicitta prayer, and then you can come up one by one to receive the empowerment.
And so if you'd like to read along with this is on page 18. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.